playing against Punisher here. All right. Round 3, Vintage Challenge. Lurrus on Lurrus action. Lurrus v Lurrus action. Phrasing. What do we got? We got a Force, and we have a Mystical for Ancestral, and that's about it. This kind of seems like a trap. To me, this hand looks like a trap. You don't actually want to keep this hand. We don't actually generate additional mana. We're relying heavily on our Ancestral to resolve. It is like nice. We have a Force of Will and all of that, but it's not really good enough in my opinion, especially with London Mulligan. This hand though. Ooh, boy, this hand. Ooh, this hand's closer. This hand is certainly closer. We're missing a mana to be able to PO. I think this is a keep. I think I'm gonna bottom the Breach. We're a little far away from Breach being good. Oh, this is a trap as well. But this is a much better hand than the first hand, so. Mana Crypt is a powerful Magic card. And again, can't really see a reason I would ever play around Mindbreak Trap. I'm gonna jam into it. I guess this is a 4 permanent PO if we draw a land or any Moxen, which is pretty sick. I don't want to crack my Lantern because I do kind of need this Mox Opal as my only colored mana. I'm really just hoping nothing requires me to cast this Force of Will. Right. Mox PO. Hell Bomb. What a world we're currently living in, huh? Everyone's on. Oh, jeez. That's a little bit more powerful than ours. PO for 3. Remora? Yeah. Yikes, chat. Yikes. So we're looking for a fetch land here to play a cat, I think. Or that works too. Obviously, we currently don't have anything to bring back with cat. We could technically Soul Guide Lantern. That gives them a card. I don't really see a reason to give them a card. But the upside of drawing a card is kind of nice. But we've already hit our land drop and we would lose our Mox Opal mana. Not feeling that. We kind of want the ability to pay for this Remora, and that's currently 4 mana right now. They are on a clock. They have a Mana Crypt and we have a Lurrus. So there's some upside to the position we're in. I think we can play through it. Opponent, of course, won their flip though. A little surprised they wouldn't crack Bobble. A lot of mana. They can play their own Lurrus, but we have a Seal of Fire. I mean, I have to force this. I don't know if I'm favored. Maybe slightly. Their last card was a PO for 5. This is basically an infinite Remora. If we hit a land, we can replay one of the things we have here. Pretty unfortunate draw. Lavinia would be a solid draw for sure. We don't do solid draws here. We only do A+ and D- draws. Nothing in between. So unfortunately, I can't replay Seal of Fire and pay. I don't really see any reason to. I also can't crack my Lantern and pay. So it's just not worth it. It's not worth giving them any extra cards. Every extra card leads them closer to paradoxical outcome, and you just can't allow that to happen. What we really need is this Crypt to do a little help for us here. We also need to keep the Seal Fire up to kill their own Lavinia. Lurrus. Opponent won both of their flips. Like, if I had hit a land, I definitely would have Sealed a Fire, replay Seal of Fire, but Lurrus time? You get to replay Bobble by doing this if we don't crack our Lantern. I'm willing to crack Lantern. I guess they could still replay Spell Bomb if I didn't. If I crack Lantern now, then they could. I guess they would never. And if they crack Spell Bomb with Lurrus still on the stack, they would still get to get value. I guess I should make them do that though. Then we lose our Metalcraft. And they can always eat my Seal of Fire with Nihil Spellbomb. It's fucking yikes for me. I guess I should play around drawing the repeal or something. I never can actually save my Seal of Fire, so I'm just gonna get it spellbombed. I guess that's technically doesn't play around. I guess nothing would technically play around repeal because I could always draw it. Opponent's drawn like a lot more cards than us. It's gonna be pretty hard for us, I would think. Alright, so that's pretty decent. At the very least, what that lets us do is exile their graveyard so they can't draw a big spell and then be able to replay. Oh my god, I fucking forgot to float a mana. Stupid. Forgot to float a mana. So I feel like we would have a close chance of winning this game if our opponent had lost any mana crypt flips, but seeing as they have not lost any mana crypt flips and have just drawn additional cards, I don't really see how we're gonna get out of this. Our opponent just has to draw one PO and we die on the spot. Yep, we die. It didn't really matter. We made all these interesting small decisions that just don't matter because opponent had a more powerful draw than us with more restricted cards. So fucking... I will be like minimally upset if they end up doing like a Yogwill or something, where we would have had a Soul Guide Lantern in play if we'd played correctly. Shouldn't really matter because they've already drawn like 12 cards or whatever from PO. Tendrils. Okay. PO mirrors, everybody. PO mirrors. So here, we get to bring in Pyroblast, Mindbreak Trap, Engineered Explosives. It's pretty good for the home team. Don't really see a need for Seal of Fire. I don't like playing like the graveyard game against in the PO mirror. I'd rather just be more explosive. I'd rather just try to kill the opponent. Our deck has got to be much better in the mirror. Like, we're a Pyroblast deck, but we just didn't draw like enough good cards in our opening hand to win that game, which is just kind of how the PO mirror goes. It's pretty much always gone, actually. I don't really think we need to be a Sprite Dragon deck per se. Like, we should just be able to focus on comboing. Like, we could actually probably take out an island. We just don't really need the extra island, and we could play a Sprite Dragon maybe. I guess I would rather play another Bobble and a Sprite Dragon and just be as lean as possible. So if one didn't have Remora there, we would have been able to cycle Soul Guide Lantern a few times. Might have changed the outcome, but definitely would have been great to have a Lavinia in that draw, though. We had the opponent on top decking. They have DT because they're playing Esper. All right, on the play, which is good. And we've got a cat, and we've got fast mana EE correct. This is fine. Hopefully our opponent has like a multiple fast mana draw, and we get put into like a pretty reasonable space. Like, what I'm gonna do is play Academy, Emerald, EE on 0, pass, play around Mindbreak Trap, untap, Pearl, Lurrus. We can do EE things to clear boards and stuff like that. So do Emerald, Engineered on 0, player in Academy. I guess I could maybe play the Krakus instead, but I kind of want to not show the Krakus until it's relevant. This should like limit our opponent's ability to do unfair things. Well, Gladham didn't play a Lurrus on turn 1. I'm gonna actually let this. I'm gonna let this go. Normally I would counter this. I was thinking about letting it go, but I don't really want to give them the ability to set up an early PO, so I think we're just gonna counter. Playing the EE on 0 is getting forced. Okay. Playing an early EE on 0 does make like things a little awkward. Kind of interested to just blow up this EE on like 0 and replay it on 1. No, it's not very good. Maybe I wasn't supposed to play. I wasn't supposed to spend mana on that Mythal Misstep because I want to be able to leave open EE if they were to go for like a crazy PO there. It was really bad play. I'm not playing very well today. Drawing another. Not ideal. Their own Tolarian. Yeah, I like much rather misstep a Ponder, but kind of weird opponent force the Mana Vault. I'm not exactly sure what that means. They pitched a PO to force the Mana Vault too. PO's like the card you would really want Mana Vault to resolve for. So it's a little questioning. I don't 100% know why. Maybe I got like kind of greedy playing this E on 0, but I thought that was more of a pretty reasonable precautionary measure. All right, I'm gonna definitely blow up this E on end step and then look to replay it on 1. Can we afford that? If I blow up this EE, I lose my Emerald. I lose all my mana. And then I replay my Pearl. I replay Lurrus. Play my land. Play my Pearl. Replay Lurrus. Then I don't have enough mana. The cat is there. It's just both teams have Karakuses, so the cat gets a little awkward. I can't really afford to actually blow up that E and end step. That's not a bad draw by any means. If I play Pearl and I play cat and then I use my EE on 0, making 3 mana, replay my EE on 1, and then blow it up. YOLO. I'm actually a mana short, aren't I? I cannot win. I'm actually a mana short. I'm playing very, very poorly today. And now I have a tap Krakus for no reason. Oh boy, chat. I am just not playing very well. I do represent PO this way, which is kind of good, but I'm just playing like the most medium possible. Kind of nuts. You're gonna PO for 2 on both your 1-drops? Is that what's gonna happen here? Can't fluster it. Have all 1-drops. Like we can like blow up. All right, 7 mana. You go down to 2. I can't even fluster this. This is insane. I mean, I can fluster it. They just pay for it all. I can't believe opponent drew both 1 mana sources. Insane. I also can't believe they wouldn't go like play. Do they have no 0 mana artifacts? It's so brutal for me that I played this E on 0 to play around a powerful Moxen draw, and they just had all 1 mana artifact. I can't win. I mean, we still have the ability to do the replaying, but it does cost us like a lot of mana. So next turn, we should have similar amounts of mana, +1. So we should be able to blow up our board, blow up their board, and then we're not even gonna be able to, like, not even great for us to be able to rebuy. Wonder if they drew another PO and it's gonna be really uncounterable for me again. Time Walk is great with a tap Caracas, though. If I blow this up now, then I can replay up now. This is gonna let them PO on the end of turn. Oh, they're gonna blow up my graveyard in response? So I can't blow up their ones? I guess that's fine. I didn't really think they would do that. I feel like you would just let the 0 resolve and get all of my graveyard. I feel like opponent mistimed that. They could have gotten my Moxen too. Alright, well, I have a bunch of mana that doesn't do anything at this point, which is always wonderful. Oh, and they can rebuy with their cat. I guess they don't have enough white mana currently to play their cat. But it's time for me to draw a paradoxical outcome. Have we done one of those yet? I don't think we've cast a PO yet today. I guess we did against Brian, right? Feels like we haven't cast any POs. Wow. Good one. Let's you cast cat. Cast cat, rebuy, Sapphire, or Nihil Spellbomb, Time Walk turn. Jeez. Opponent is living the dream. I'm just supposed to make them recast it. At least increase the spell count, hopefully, to get... Flusterstorm is just not going to be good enough. I really needed to draw Pyroblast, not my Flusterstorm. I have 4 Pyroblasts in my deck, but I drew Flusterstorm. Sounds about right. Yeah, this is game 2, and it's not looking very good for the home team unless we draw a PO off the top and they have nothing. I just can't draw anything that matters. Frustrating. Hard cast force on my Lurrus. I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with that. It means they're not gonna hard cast my PO if I ever draw it. I can't draw an Ancestral or a PO or anything today. Not been my day. It's pretty hard to win at Vintage if You don't draw the restricted cards. I mean, we did keep a hand with not much action, right? We purposely kept a hand with not much action. So that was a choice that we made. Typically, I think that was a reasonable keep. Didn't work out. I'm not even going to have enough. I can't fluster anything they do. Because fluster, it's like they have a Tolarian Academy. It's too late. This needs to be Pyroblast. Oh, I left that meatball in the oven. Hold on. Oh. Well, I did not burn the house down, but I do have a brick in front of me now. So like, you win some and you lose some, right? Just like this vintage match where we lost some and then lost some more. Well, I mean, I had like a little bit left over of a meatball grinder, and so that it actually is kind of like me putting one meatball in the oven to reheat it. Yeah, what's up, Raiden? I just don't even like have a high enough storm count right now. We're doing really bad. We were able to best Brian Kelly, but our Lurrus mirrors have been awful. We just have not had the cards we needed to win the games. Which happens. It's magic. I just wanted, like, I just want to play Magic, chat. I can hardcast Blightsteel. I think my opponent can also hardcast Blightsteel. Like, not, you don't want to actually crack Lotus there. Like, no reason to crack Lotus there. You want to rebuy Spellbomb, not Lotus. I guess you can just buy Spellbomb anyways. Not really gonna matter. Lavinia is pretty funny when both sides have Caracas. I also have 5 lands, so I can cast most spells in my deck. Not good. Yeah, yes, I know they have a Lavinia. How can I hit Lavinia as my 1 and 4 there? Maybe they have 2 Lavinias and it was actually 50-50. Hard. Maybe I'll like draw Pio here and we'll resolve it somehow. In this match, the whole match, we've cast 0 PO and 0 Pyroblast. Is that true? Is that a factually true statement? Or am I making that up? I can just hardcast this Force of Will through a Lavinia. I have one more fetchable land. Boom. Lurrus gets in there, and we just bounce this Lavinia. Alright, chat. PO that somehow resolves. Just drew another voxel. I'm beginning to suspect we were not destined to win today. Okay, we have that Garuda League though. So we have something looking up for us. Currently 1-0 with Turbo Cannon Garuda. Really inspirational. Opponent does also seem to be flooding out, but they have 6 cards in hand, so I question whether that's true. Lavinia time! You got it. Where's opponent's PO? Maybe they're just holding up like 3 Force of Wills worth of mana. That's not how this works, Catfish. Not how this works. I assume they must have multiple for it. Oh look, they found the Pyroblast. Perfect. I bet we'll draw the Underworld Breach next, right? That seems about par for the course. I don't really like the whole like Lurrus Spellbomb angle for this mirror match, but it's working for our opponent. I feel like in this PO mirror match, what you want to do is just like jam a PO as fast as you can, and like play as many Pyroblasts and Flusters to back up your powerful play as possible. Like PO doesn't actually play that much interaction. Like you force them to have a Force of Will, right? And then you just like do powerful things. Very odd for a PO mirror to be on turn 10. But I guess if we both just draw all counter spells and no action, that's kind of how it works, right? We found a PO. How do we resolve this PO is the next great question. Can't be on my turn, I would assume. I feel like we would have to do it on their turn. Yes. One day for Legacy and Vintage. You can watch my 40-minute video on YouTube explaining the topic. Great. Actually, I think we can delete the companion command now. The mod in chat, they can delete that. Kind of outdated at this point, right? Delcom companions. Actually really happy with that YouTube video. It's time. Thought it came out really good. This just resolves? I don't understand. Why? You're gonna PO me after all of this? Maybe I should have floated additional red mana. The mental misstep. mean, I'm just gonna have to power through this Remora no matter what, right? They didn't even play anything from their yard this turn, right? No, they cast Spellbomb from the yard. Fuck it, YOLO. I'm never casting this dig through time anyways. I guess I could hard cast it next turn. Next turn, they just rebuy this Remora, and that's game. So we do need to hit, like, a spell that matters. Maybe they're just going to POS now that we deployed all the counter spells, but... Should have floated mana with my Tolarian Academy as well. That was really stupid of me. I don't know why I didn't float mana with my Tolarian Academy. It's probably going to kill me, actually. Man, I'm actually playing really poorly, though. Like, I can complain about drawing really poorly, but my play has been awful today. They just have nothing. I just don't understand how you can have nothing. All right, what is the line here? What is the sequence? What are we doing? I can't really play around Fluster in any meaningful capacity, right? I can play around Trap. Whatever. Pretty sure we have to think that opponent's on, like, what, 4 lands at this point? I guess they don't really care about Remora. We could technically pay through Remora for some things, but not really, like, enough things. I'm just going all in right now, and we'll see what happens, I guess. It just resolved? What is going on? Is everything just gonna resolve? Are we just gonna win? We just win? How? I still think my approach to the matchup is correct. I still think I would rather just try to be as combo focused as possible and not worry about playing a mid-range battle with Lurrus. I must be the luckiest player ever to win that game. Opponent must, no, that's not true. Because I didn't draw that one. My opponent must be the most unlucky player ever to lose that game. We'll phrase this correctly. They must have drawn 4 lands. It must be 4 lands in their hand. There's nothing else makes any sense. This hand's great. Yeah, we just countered some things and resolved a bunch of POs and won. They had nothing. They just had stone cold nothing. They had a mental misstep. That was the only interaction they had. Their hand had to be 4 lands. Ease. All right. Yeah, it's because PO's a pretty bad deck. So don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. I mean, they had like 5 cards in hand. It must have just been 5 bad cards. Opponent just drops a Lavinia. Oh, this is what I'm talking about, though. This is the kind of hand you want. Crazy good hand. POing. Just Desire? I mean, what's the guy to do? I would have to have my mind break trap. Or like a force for their thing. Alright, maybe they'll brick again. It's like not that big of a deal. Opponent got 2 extra desire copies. Like, the Lurrus Lotus is just not that big a deal. It's one of the most overrated things I think I've ever seen talked about in Vintage. It's good. It's great. Good play. But it's like not as big a deal as everyone makes it out to be. This is like way bigger deal. There's 53 cards in their deck and they hit Ancestral off their desire. Yeah, they're not bricking this one. Wait for it. Okay, it's a lot of air. That's a lot of air. All right, we have a shot. We have a shot. That's not that bad. I mean, I've seen worse desires because I've cast desire. But we have our mental misstep, so we might be in okay shape. No, they had their mental misstep. All right, well, fuck. All right, I thought we were good. I thought we were good for a second. I thought we had skate, you know, screech by. We might have a shot still. It's very unlikely for them to PO again on this turn. And they only have 4 cards in hand. They can't play 2 of these cards. We have a shot. We have a shot. Opponent is fairly unlucky, I would agree. I would definitely agree with that statement. All right, we're not. Maybe we should have boarded out Breach. I really didn't expect opponent to be on double Spellbomb post board, but I think I should have boarded out Breach. I really just, this is not what that's not what I think opponent should be doing for sideboarding, but maybe I could be wrong, or I should be thinking what opponent's going to be doing. I don't know. Like, this doesn't feel right to me. Force Fluster. Well, I mean, that's no action, but you do have a Lurrus going off. Yeah, like we're pretty dead here still. Opponent's gonna draw an extra card every turn. Like we would have to have like drawn PO and somehow had the ability to protect our PO, which is not really gonna happen. So I mean, I think that it's not gonna end up mattering. Opponent's start was just a little bit too good. I thought our hand was like pretty reasonable, but it wasn't turn 1 desire for 6 reasonable. Imagine if we were on the play and we just dropped a Remora on turn 1 versus our opponent. Damn shame. Damn shame. Okay, we were lucky to get game 2, so we can't be too mad here. Very lucky to get game 2. These are not the lines I would have taken if I were my opponent. But might work out. I'm pretty sure I would not have done Snap Desire. And I'm pretty sure I would not have DT'd for Time Walk. I don't think it's like, I don't really think it's close. I think you're just supposed to snap Ancestral there. Why do we have a turn? Like, I mean, obviously we can't win. I just don't understand why we're being given a turn at all. I guess they have a Fluster Storm. Oh, they're gonna hit me anyways. Whatever. Yo, what's up, homie? We've played better and we've drawn better, but and we've been handsomer. All those things are true. This quarantine thing, I get really lazy and there's all this gross facial hair. Some amount of facial hair anyways. Alright, I'm just gonna concede here. It's not worth me playing out. Alright, so we were the last match. Perfect. Go right into round 4. Exactly, DG. Exactly. Exactly what I mean. I didn't even know you were still alive, brother. No one's heard from you. I don't even know if you sent Mom Happy Mother's Day. Didn't look like it. It's true. I've never seen him talk outside of a Twitch chat. Maybe he is Twitch chat.